Good morning everyone, making a short video again today. What I'm going to do today is talk about different methods of carrying water and my preferred methods. And the reason why I've got this Maxpedition bag here, which is my wife's bug out bag, is we're going to be using this to put the different containers in, see how compatible they are. So first I'm going to start with probably the best known kind of canteens or containers. Probably familiar with the Nalgene, or was it Nalgene, sorry, I always pronounce it wrong, Nalgene bottles. So I've just put a few different ones up that I've got here. You can see there's firstly there's the Maxpedition branded one. The reason why I like this one is obviously you can see through it, so you can see the contents clearly, and also you've got the measurements on the outside as well. So standard clear bottle. Then what we've got is a Nalgene, another Nalgene bottle. This one is actually glow in the dark bottle. As you can see, it's got the measurements on, but not as clear as the measurements on the first bottle. So I've got a specific use for this, and I'll tell you what my preferences are later on. I'm just going to talk you through the different ones that I've got at the moment and what I use them for. Then we've got the 500ml or 16 ounce bottle with a narrow neck. Obviously these are wide necks. Obviously the good thing about this is if you do a little trip and you want to take a drink out of it, it's easy to drink out of without the spillages that you can get from the larger bottles. However, you can't put things like ice cubes in this bottle, or not as easily anyway. Incidentally, I'm just going to show you, you can see in this one, I've also purchased these little pull-out caps that go in these Nalgene bottles. These make it much easier to take a quick drink out of these bottles, or these canteens. So I tend to put those in as well. Okay, I'm going to be piling everything up from one side to the other and then eliminating different bottles as we go through. This one I've just got, and I'm going to be testing it this weekend when I'm shooting an archery competition. This one is, obviously you can see, an Nalgene bottle with a real tree finish on it. Again, it's got an easy drink. See in there, I don't know if you can see inside, but it's extremely dark in there as well. So, not great if you want to see what the contents are like, so not particularly great if you want to fill it up out of a stream or something like that. But, looks great. As far as going in here, in the Maxpedition, I think probably everyone's aware, these are pretty much designed to take these bottles, so it simply goes over the top, like so, fits perfectly. A little bit of a tight fit. Something else I carry is the little pouch by Maxpedition, the Rolly, and at some point I'll be doing a little review on what I carry on my belt. But this is the sort of thing I carry around with the woods with me on a daily basis, so it's great for popping these bottles in. As you can see, again, perfect size. Fits perfectly, comes over the top, fits on there, so that can go straight onto my belt. Belt just goes through there, so great for carrying these. And if you haven't got a canteen or a bottle, you just roll it back up. So that is what I'm taking with me to the woods this weekend, by the way, that setup there. So I'm going to put this aside. Then there's a bit of a transition. You see it's got it's Nalgene branded again, but this is a stainless steel canteen. Again, it's got the wide mouth, thick material. This is a really sturdy bottle. Great thing about this as well is you can see here, you can simply loosen this off and take this off. So in other words, you can pop this over a fire or into a fire, or a stove, and you can cook or boil with it as well. Very durable. Thing that I'm not quite so keen on, again, I like to see what's in the bottle, what I'm actually drinking. So although you can boil stuff up in this, it's not the most perfect thing, I don't think, especially if you've got one of them somewhere, so, which incidentally these all fit too nicely when you're packing them away. Right. But as we're talking about metal canteens, this is one, you see it's got a bit of a Realtree effect on it. This is actually just a simple Expedition bottle that you can buy, so it comes off like that. Now what I find with this canteen, oh by the way, enamel in the inside, I don't know how well you could boil with this though, I don't know if it would do any harm to it. I believe, although that might be a collar, it might be dull skin, I don't think it is, I think it's single skin with a bit of a collar there. The problem I find with this one is it's very easy to think you've put that on correctly, whereas you might not have. So there's been a few instances where I thought it's gone on, it hasn't clicked properly, tipped over, and I've had a few leakages with this one. What I do like about this one though, that's worth considering, is you can simply put a clip on here, clip that to your belt. That's a great little thing for making that easy. And it's just a half turn as well, so once you do get the hang of it, half turn, not particularly wide compared to some of these ones, but easy to drink from. And incidentally, when you put this one into the Expedition bag, see, it goes in easier, taller though, but what you find is you can pop the strap through, so that is probably the most secure in there because you've got the straps through there as well. Okay, right, so I'm going to leave that one in there now and put it slightly to the side. Then we start getting on to your filtered bottles. I've just ordered this, so I haven't actually tried it yet, but speaking to one of my friends who's currently serving over in Afghanistan, he said he's used one of these and had no trouble with it. I won't use the language, but beavers had done something in the streams that he'd been drinking out of or collecting water from, and he said it didn't do him any harm. So we've got that. Again, the thing with this is, although the filter might be fantastic, and that might be, this thing's a touch flimsy, but the bottle's a bit squeezy and you can't see the contents 100%. So it's alright, but it could be better, and I'll show you a bit later how it can be better. Then, don't underestimate a regular plastic bottle. When I was over in Russia, out in the villages, they have loads of these bottles hanging up from the houses. And I was asking why, thinking why would you hang bottles of water up outside the houses? If you leave water in a bottle like that out in the sun all day, the UV rays from the sun will actually kill any bacteria and germs in that water. A bit like what you get with a filter. Obviously it doesn't take chemical elements out of the water, but so not to be underestimated, a regular bottle like that. Obviously not as tough as some of these others, but readily available, and if you use this UV method of cleaning your water, or at least killing the bacteria in the water, it's a great and cheap, effective way of doing that. If you add a filter, screw-on filter to the top of it, which you can get, I think you can get from Aquamira, it's a great way of cleaning water. Okay. Then, if I'm camping, I like to carry a water bag like this. I like to use one of these to back up a canteen. With this particular one, obviously you can hang it from a tree. What I've done now is I've also got the shower feature on there. So this doubles up for all sorts. I use this kind of like a camping water container. Filling up pots, cleaning pots and stuff, filling up your water for drinking as opposed to the canteens, but also you can use it as a shower facility. Put it out, leave it out in the sun all day, let the water warm up inside it, and use it as a solar shower with that on it as well. Okay. So, which one's best for bugging out? Well, they're in the best, but there's a best mix that I've found. And my option is taking the clear bottle like this with the measurements on it. However, remove this, remove that. Little experiment that I did. Take the filter out, like that, and you know what? Same screw thread. Fits on there perfect. So you can see now, I've got a larger container, I've got the measurements on it, totally clear, so I can see what's inside it, and I've got instant filtration as well. So that is the system I would recommend carrying in a bug out scenario, and taking this here as backup to it as well. So that goes in, and this goes in for instant water. And incidentally, yeah, you guessed it, that fits in here perfectly as well.